I live in the desert. And what's interesting about living in the desert is that there are fewer people, which means that the houses are more spread out and farther apart, and there are fewer lights that really make the sky difficult to see. So we have beautiful, bright skies every day, and we can see the stars. And when we go out to look at the stars, we always think about the Big Dipper. That's one of the important constellations that are in our hemisphere that we can see. And as we look at that star naturally, then our gaze goes towards the North Star. And the North Star has been there for a real long time. And it's been a place where people look to when they get lost. And so while it's exciting to find the North Star, it really gets kind of boring looking at the North Star after a while. And the only time the North Star actually is really important is when you're lost. And if you're lost, then you can look up at that space and you have a point to start to recalibrate your direction, and you can move towards where you want to be. And that's what the ancient mariners used when they were out on the ocean. They used that North Star as a guiding star. But I imagine that when they were on land and just going about their everyday life and they weren't so frightened about running into some place that they didn't know where they were at, they hardly ever looked at the North Star. Because there's a more inspiring star inside the sky, at least one that we can look for, and that's the Yonder Star. The Yonder Star kind of excites us. It motivates us to think about where do we want to go and what are we going to follow. And then every once in a while when we get lost as we're chasing after the Yonder Star, we run into that North Star orientation. We look up and we find the North Star and we get oriented, and then we can go back to our Yonder Star pursuits. And I think it's really important to think about North Star versus Yonder Star in the framework of to do and to be. The North Star tells us what we need to do. It's our constant, it's our checklist. If we're not thinking about the things that we need to do every day, we're going to get off track. And when we do get off track, we can reorient ourselves with the North Star. The Yonder Star, though, fills our dreams. It fills our aspirations. It fills our yearnings. When we're thinking about who we want to be, we're going in all the many different directions. And so to do is very similar and unique at the same time, but to do keeps us focused on doing the right things. But to be keeps us moving in the direction that fulfills us. And if we're only looking at the North Star, like I said, life can get a little bit boring. But if we have that yearning, that Yonder Star that really drives us in new directions, then life can be quite exciting. And so I think about that. I think about that when I'm orienting myself each day. Am I following the North Star? Very important. Or am I following the Yonder Star? And I find that if I have a little bit of both, because you got to equally balance it, but I find that if my focus is moving towards the Yonder Star, I live a better life. And I like that. I like thinking about that. Now, I know where the North Star is, and I can find it, and I can show you that North Star. But I don't always know where the Yonder Star is. In fact, I'm not even sure if it exists. It's just something that we follow. We know is there somehow, so we follow it. And in the work that I do, I'm helping people discover what is their own Yonder Star. What's the star that they're going to follow? What's the energy that they're going to put their trust in every day to go out and be who they really want to be? And when they do that, something magical happens. They find themselves in the presence of kings.